I'm Lewis Kahn, I'm the project leader for the Pasture Landscapes project, and I'm also a Professor of Livestock Systems at University of New England.
Hello, I'm Jamie Lee Edwards and I'm the pasture coach for the Drought Resilient Pasture Landscapes project through the University of New England.
Farmers have been managing their landscapes in a sustainable way for quite some time, but we know with climate variability that job's getting harder. The variations are larger and the swings are happening more quickly, and so the extra skills that are provided through this project is absolutely vital and will become more and more important as climate variability makes the production landscape more challenging.
This future drought-funded project covered area from deep water all the way down to the south of Walker. We had a variety of people in different roles attending these sessions. We had over 83 participants throughout the project, and we encouraged multiple people from each of the farms to attend the sessions so they could learn not only during the coaching sessions, but also when they went home.
And it's really important to have multiple people from the one property, because when both parties have heard it from an independent source, it's much easier, I think, in terms of adoption. So in terms of designing the project, for most of us, we learn through repetition and we learn through social networks. Pairing with Glenrack and Southern New England Landcare was really essential for the project design. Those organisations are the heart and soul of the district in terms of connecting with farmers and with community.
My name's Kylie Faulkner. I work for the Glen Innes Natural Resource Advisory Committee in Glen Innes, also known as Glenrack, which is a community-based organisation that's been in operation for 35 years.
My name is Elizabeth Rosser and I work for Southern New England Landcare. Southern New England Landcare is a landcare organisation based out of Armidale. It formed in the mid-90s.
So Glenrack was very excited to partner with the University of New England. The whole of the Northern Tablelands had been significantly impacted by drought over the 2018-2019 year, and it became apparent that we really needed to be investigating some new tools and strategies for people to better manage their pastures and their livestock.
As we progressed, we covered 9 coaching sessions over the 18 months. And it was really interesting to see people who had their own techniques at the beginning of the project modify those to incorporate more numbers and more science around what they were actually doing, what they were measuring, which made them more confident to make decisions.
The project also featured community of practice activities where we were able to host events and invite the whole community along to participate in the project activities.
It gave us the opportunity to get out as a landcare organisation in the community and share what we were doing.
But also connected nicely with the overall aims of the project and the objectives of the Future Drought Fund, so to better prepare people for uncertain times ahead.
That was the importance of bringing Ag 360 into the project as well. Nowhere else could farmers get that localised climate forecast that allowed them now to start that planning process 6 months ahead of time, and to continue to review that over time.
So as a farmer, the ongoing benefits from taking part in the project are obviously the relationships we've developed with the members, not only of our local groups, but other members through combined days, and knowledge of the Ag 360 and those forecasts that we have integrated into our daily management.
So decision making is more difficult when we're under stress. I think we can all relate to that. And so having a plan developed before that situation makes it so much easier in order to go into the top drawer and pull out that plan and reevaluate it. Jamie Lee with the coaching session was really trying to develop skills that became second nature for farmers.
A critical element of this project was the ongoing support. Too often we see in Ag Extension the delivery of a standalone workshop, but it's often the follow-up support that results in practice management change on farm.
One of the wonderful things about the project was that the farmers felt that they could approach Jamie Lee and Lewis at any time throughout the project to ask questions, to further their learning and to validate some of the decisions they were making.
From a Glenrack perspective, our strategic plan details the sustainable use of our natural assets, so soils, vegetation, whether it's pastures or native vegetation, water in the landscape, but also for productive farms, grazing animals. So bringing all those things together in this project is vitally important so that we've got land managers who are more informed about managing all those components of their farming business, but also to have an understanding of how they're contributing to the health of the whole landscape.
We also brought in our UNE Aquatic Ecology team to look at the link between land management and the flow and effects into stream management and water health.
This is an opportunity that not many farmers get to be a part of. So it's a really unique thing in the project. And it was quite interesting at the events that were held where we had the UNE staff come in and talk about the aquatic monitoring, how engaged farmers were in that process and how appreciative they were of the project being able to capture that data, but also showcase that as land managers, farmers are doing a great job for the Australian public.
And those skills are really important in terms of landscape management, not just for production, but for environmental management, and that delivers public good. You know, the benefits of farm in terms of healthier waterways, healthier pastures, fewer weeds, really provide for the community interests.
I think we now have a fantastic template moving forward to continue to develop the project further and take it out to the broader community.
At the end of the project, we took our learnings and developed the coaching manual that provides a real opportunity for the Department of Ag, Fisheries and Forestry to be able to take the learnings from this project and to be able to scale it more broadly throughout the country.
It was a real privilege to watch the landholders not only form relationships with others in the group, but also start to learn from each other. They were able to discuss what they'd implemented, what they'd learnt during the coaching sessions, and what had or hadn't worked and how they'd modified that to suit their individual property.
And when we conducted the survey midway through the project, that peer-to-peer opportunity, the social networks, was really highly ranked by the farmers in terms of what was of value for them.
A large focus of what we were doing was to try and help farmers look ahead with the climate forecast from Ag 360 6 months ahead of time. Through the repeated visits to farms, landholders were able to look at pasture assessments and really build their confidence to make sure they were accurate. They were able to look at feed budgeting, and they're able to look at climate forecasts and link all of those together to make informed decisions.
It doesn't diminish at all the importance of experience. We all know with decision making it's head, heart and gut. But what we're looking to do is to really bolster up the evidence or the head part of that decision making process.
So some of our landholder groups became extremely close over the 18 months and really saw the value in the catch-ups, especially on farm, and have plans to continue the catch-ups every 6 months outside of the project.
So as a result of this project, the long-term impact for our participating farmers really is the toolbox of increased skills and knowledge around pasture budgeting and utilising those climate forecasts to feed into on-farm decision making.